Hello gamers, welcome back to Gaming Boy Emoji. My name is Emoji, and today I'm going to do something completely different on my channel today. That's right guys, if you hadn't seen the community post I posted about me watching the Sonic 3 movie recently back on the 20th, its release date, I said I was going to make show my love to the Sonic movie series, a movie review of each of the 3 movies from Sonic movie 1 to 3. And before I get into my movie review, I must give a quick disclaimer. This is only my opinions and my thoughts on Sonic movie 1. And if you like the review that I gave about Sonic movie 1, I recommend you watch it if you didn't get a chance, for the people that never watched the Sonic movie. And now, with disclaimer out of the way, let's get into it. But first, we have to start off with a brief summary before I get into what I like about the movie and what I love and the designs. Let's give a good old brief summary. Now, it all started when Sonic was just a little baby boy in his good old classic Green Hill Zone in Mobius. Until a situation caused him to have to go to a different planet called Earth in a small town. Then after being kind of assumed and accustomed to the small town, because he's an alien, you can't just blend on in with the humans. That'd be kind of weird seeing a hedgehog in your small town. But at some point during the time of him hitting low in the Earth, it just hits to him for the loneliness since, sure, he sees Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady, just in their homes, during their lives, but he unfortunately couldn't because he's an alien and not much people would have a good reaction to seeing a hedgehog alien in your small town. But anyways, after accidental situation with his emotions going wild and causing him an electric outage around the town, that's where he's like, uh-oh, that's not good. And the government noticed, so to make sure and to stop whatever, aka what Sonic caused, they sent in good old Dr. Robotnik and his robot babies to search them down. Now Sonic realizing this, he's like, uh-oh, trapped his rings, tried to get out of here, but because of Donut Lord, he unfortunately got his rings lost in their location. So, with that in mind, he teams up with Donut Lord and on their way got Pretzel Lady to go to the trip to get his rings back. But when they got the rings back, that's when Dr. Eggman shows up on the way. Or also on the way there, fighting with Dr. Eggman to get get them off their back. Now when Sonic got his rings back, that's when the fight started. And bam! After a good old confrontation, a good old punch to Eggman, the battle was done. Now, with brief summary out of the way, let me get into my favorite parts about the movie. I love CGI that gave movie Sonic and his animations of running, his poses most definitely, and the type of powers he have. Kind of the slow-mo and the casual poses while he's going fast. they made him pretty in the game movie kind of show-offy, a little bit cockiness, just laid back and stuff like that. But towards the end, that's where he realizes, uh-oh, alright, my town's in trouble that I've been living in. I gotta lock in and, save everyone, like a good old hero he is. Now with that, let me talk about his design. Now, compared to video game Sonic, there's some distinct differences I want to point out. Like his eyes. They usually are separated, but in the movie, they decided to separate them. And also, with the arms, they decided to make them blue. Now, in the video game design, they make them tan or peach color to match his belly, his mouth, and his ears. Which design also kind of remind me of Sonic Boom from Boom. And in my opinion, I prefer this version over the Boom version of the design or movie version. But with that out of the way, let me talk about some favorite parts I had in the movie. Now, for the real ones that did watch the movie, the scene I'm going to be talking about with the slow motion and, dude, honestly, words cannot describe how that felt in the moment, because personally, it's like one of like those fast characters when you usually like, go like super fast and stuff, like flash and stuff. Like there's like maybe like one scene that maybe resembles it, like Quicksilver in that one Marvel movie, in the X-Men, where it's kind of like slow motion, getting like the gravy in his mouth with a liquid finger. That's like they must have took inspiration from like that one scene where everyone's like slow motion and Sonic's like only like moving fast and stuff, like everything's frozen, trying to like do his thing and play around with it, and then bam, like. Personally, I never seen Sonic in the games ever use that type of power. And I thought it was like a pretty cool superpower to have, is like someone has like super speed and stuff, like slow down time, manage to get your enemies quicker, since you slow down time, they can be able to go fast for it. Well, unless like that one part where you got like Eggman with his thing, or accidentally stole Sonic's quills and use it like his machines. But yeah, other than that, there's a second one where it's also kind of like slow motion, where Sonic was trying to like save like both Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady to like transport in a different place, and definitely the lead up to the fight. Using like different rings to go like different places, and led up to like back into where it all began. That's actually honestly a pretty good lead up to like an epic legendary fight, in my opinion. And dude, the rings. Definitely love how they use the rings, because using the games, they usually kind of like use them for like protect you, or in some games, at your end of the goal to get you the big ring to like teleport you like social stages and stuff like that. But I honestly love how they made like the ring teleport you like any place you imagine want to go to. Like, let's say in your case, like, oh no, I want to try to go to this restaurant, but I can't drive or anything, or my parents are just not in the mood to do it. I can just use these good old powerful rings, and bam, I can think of where I want to go, I can get what I want, and bada bing, bada boom. No transportation used, which I honestly love that type of power from like the rings and stuff. But most importantly, I must talk about how they casted Jim Carrey as Eggman. He played the greatest Eggman. He kind of like plays on like portraying the video games like evil, like diabolical. But I gotta give it to him like his quirky side, especially like the relationship he shares with Agent Stone, dude. Like, he's like kind of like that guy. He kind of like treats mean, but also has like a soft like heart for it too at the same time. Which I also love those type of relationships. Like that one person that's like only mean to that other person, but behind closed doors they're just all nice and stuff. Like, I gotta love that. But also, let me talk about one more thing I love about the concept of the movie. Like how at first, like, basically how like we are like in the grow up process, like from child to adolescence and then to adulthood. It's kind of like that in Sonic. Like, we see like in the beginning, it's baby Sonic goes like roams around in his green hills. And then around like at some point where he grows up to like a teenager and he's a small town on Earth, he just like laid back and just joking around, having his fun. But when the moment he comes back to like the small town for the lead up to the fight, that's where he realizes, oh great, everyone's in danger. You know what? I gotta get serious. I gotta make sure I gotta get this threat out of here immediately. And that's what I love about it, because we didn't realize this, but it's kind of like a casual like coming of age or like growing up story of like how like Sonic went to like this fun, careless type of kid to like this very serious, like mature hero. Which kind of reminds me of a way of like we kind of like grew up with Sonic in a way, Like, I know I'm like not like most people, never seen like the beginnings of like when Sonic like first started. But I know like there's some millennials out there, maybe a few Gen X, that seen like Sonic like on the first prime back in the early 90s up until currently now. But yes, other than that, that is all for my review. Now, before I close out, let me give it a good old rating. Let's see what we're going to give it. I'll give it a good old 9 out of 10. Now, why didn't I give it a 10 out of 10, you may ask? Well, my reasoning is, in the Sonic 1 movie, to me, it didn't really give like much source material from like the video game leverage, and didn't like have like much like too much references for video games. I mean, sure, there's like a few places like there like once in a while, but just wasn't like enough like video game concepts or like a different world type of like video game concepts compared to like the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But that's just my opinion at the end of the day, guys. And also, if you want me to do like a Super Mario Bros. Movie review, please comment down below. And that is it for my Sonic Movie 1 review. If you guys want to check out Sonic Movie 1, I recommend you go ahead. It's a very fantastic movie. And please, like, comment, and subscribe for another videos of like this. Until I come back with another banger video, I am out. Peace!